A decade ago, I was a decade younger. And that's around the time that I started subscribing to Drew Gooden on YouTube. In case you couldn't tell from my sentence structuring already, Drew Gooden is one of my greatest comedic inspirations, period. And so when he said the following, I listened.
There's a fun game I've started playing that you too can play if you want to fuck with advertisers a little bit. Instead of ignoring an ad for a product that you don't want, click on. The algorithm is going to make note of that and they're going to show that ad to you again. What we're trying to do is get this company to waste their entire ad budget on you without ever getting a sale in return.
Well, Drew, since you said that, I have been. For 3.5 years now. Long past what I assume anyone else has been doing it for. And now my Instagram ads are an unrecognizable nightmare.
If you work the docks, you know the risk.
Missed
Back
Tesla's
injuries,
rise. I
crushed
just made a bold
limbs,
prediction.
repetitive
This
strain.
will be the next episode.
It wasn't always this way. There was a time in which I saw a Nike ad. I remember it like it was yesterday. If only it were, it was 3 years ago. I have not seen a Fortune 500 company advertise to me since 2023. It's 2026 now, by the way. Happy New Year! This isn't completely his fault. The main reason being that he did not do this, and I did I did do this. But I also took it one step further. You see, at some point early on, I decided not to just click on ads that disinterested me, but instead reserved that action for ads that I truly didn't respect. And there's a feature about the algorithm that Drew didn't really describe in his video. This is how it works. Hi, I'm the algorithm, and I think you're hungry right now. So I think that you should go and try out the kitchen. Okay. Look at how much they're doing in there. I better recommend them more kitchens. All this to say, the only things I see on Instagram anymore are ads targeting vulnerable older people or a bunch of AI shit, often about unofficial Trump merch. You could treat this like a disorganized, bastardized version of one of those iceberg charts, see how many of those you can actually get. I'd actually be curious about that. I don't know how often it serves to people my own age or how likely they are. I don't actually know what they use to target people. So it is in fact disorganized. Just know that if you've seen it once, I've seen it 17 times. One big category that I keep on getting recommended is house and home repair. You know, because old people actually have them. Windows, roofing, it doesn't matter. And because old people are completely uncritical about the media that they consume, this is almost always AI.
Get your new roof now. Medford homeowners, stop waiting and get it done with FRS.
Boy, you gotta water a different part of the grass. You're gonna drown it. Also, I don't think you should be worried about the roof. I think you should be worried about your garage, which is actively cockeyed. That seems like an infrastructural problem. Now, there's a chance that you might be like, wait, actually, I get those ads. And I went to school for advertising, so I'm gonna explain this real simple for you. It's because you live in a place. One of the ways advertisers target you, understandably, is by your location if the service is only ever done locally. You know, a California roofing company has no utility for an interested Idahoan. Get cucked, idiot. I'm not having my men go up there. Age is important, but it obviously means absolutely nothing if the location isn't also right. So they target both, but this means that a number of people my age are going in the comments and saying, hey, this is AI slop. And while those people are often well-intentioned, they aren't always the brightest. So bad for your brand. Good luck. Fire your garbage agency. You need to drop them ASAP. This will never convert. I'm sorry. Do you think you just stumbled across a flop? Do you know how long this ad has been running? It's been running for a month. Do you know how quickly ads that aren't converting get shut off? It's instantaneous. Nobody likes spending money on something that isn't working. If you're young enough to identify something as AI slop, you're also not rich enough to afford a new fucking roof. I'm sorry to say it, but me, as an advertiser, again, as an advertiser, I don't give a fuck what you think if you can't pay me $1 in the first place. Now, again, understand, I also can't afford this, but I'm saying this is the way an advertiser would be thinking. Here's another one. Santa!
Is your roof looking older than Santa this Christmas? We're looking for 5 Rhode Island homeowners.
Oh. Santa wants me to buy a roof. But at a discount! And only for 5 families, I better act quick! Also, I found out how these get made.
It works because we handle the entire complex marketing process, and you just pay for the end result.
Oh yeah? The entire complex marketing thing? You type the same 15 prompts into AI over and over again. Shut up! All in all, these are like the least problematic ones I see, which again is saying something. These are still deeply problematic. Generative AI is a cancer for all of the career industries. But, as far as I can tell, they are selling something. The people who are buying the service are actually going to get it. You'll see that my standards are literally Earth's core low. Like it goes down from here. So just give it a minute. Next up are the timeshare ads. Get out of your timeshare. Who is in a timeshare? Raise your hands. And I'm actually going to bet that this is where most of you tap out. Because unlike the home repair stuff, which targets based off of location as well, these are just looking for chumps that signed up to go to the same Hilton in the 90s that regret it now. So I'm gonna assume, unless you've cultured your algorithm to think that you're an octogenarian, they are simply not going after you. And for the same reason as the house repair ads, these are literally always AI because it never impacts their likelihood of making a sale at the end of the day. Because again, old people, which now that I think about it is actually kind of weird because this is the exact generation that complains that ads used to be way better, which that's true. But this is worse. like what? The timeshare pitch is also almost always identical, like in terms of its structure and its outline. So I'm gonna play 2 of them at the same time and just mute the audio for one of them. And you can try to guess which one's which. You won't have any way of knowing. There is no audio cues here.
Timeshare resorts are now under federal investigation. Timeshare contracts across the nation are being canceled with no penalties. If your resort is on this list, you may be able to cancel and get refunded. Tap below to find out.
It was the one on the left, by the way. I don't know which one I put on the left, but whichever one I put on the left, it was that one. Unlike the roofing ones, these never have anyone in the comments acknowledging the fact that this is AI, because of course there is no one under the age of 40 who is there. So instead, those are replaced by a bunch of your parents who are celebrating the fact that the government is finally putting an end to this ridiculous scam. If you couldn't tell by the complete lack of any recognizable news entity that these AI ads are clearly attempting to impersonate, this is not happening, just as it hasn't been happening for the previous 3 decades. The government does not care. It ranks just below renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. I know it's easy to point and laugh at old people, but I'd like to remind you, this could be tricking your mom, or your grandma, or your aunt, or even the boy versions of those same things. This ad has over 3,000 likes on it, and presumably only some of the old people pressed the button on accident. This is a scam. And the most common way that it manifests is that they will ask for several $1,000s up front before giving the following advice that I am going to give you for $0. Just stop paying the timeshares. This sounds like a bad idea, but the reason that you do this is so that you can leverage the money that the timeshares clearly want to get them to come to the table finally. Now note that I said the following advice and not my advice, because this is called defaulting on your payments. And what will happen is the timeshares will not care. You're still on the hook for all you haven't paid. Your credit score is obliterated. You have a foreclosure on your record, and the company that you just paid for this terrible advice suddenly stops talking to you. So that's why I gave it away for $0. But if you'd like my advice, you'll have to pay me several $1,000s. I'm gonna do a couple of quick reactions to some ads that didn't get their own category in this video, so here we go, rapid fire.
This debt relief program that seniors or anyone carrying over $20,000.
Seniors, or anyone, if you want to give me money, you also can give me money. Do not worry, I'm happy to accept it. But I'm pretty sure this is a scam unless you can convince me otherwise.
Most people questioning its legitimacy either didn't qualify or clicked on one of the many wrong websites circulating out there.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't click the link below this video, we were giving the wrong guy money.
What if I told you that these injuries aren't just bad luck? They are preventable mistakes that could entitle you to millions.
It's not just X, but Y. One quick question though. What if I didn't find out until my child was 8 years old?
And it doesn't matter if you didn't find out until your child was 8 years old.
Oh. Well, that's good. Shout out to this bear ad that has weird editing glitches, 3 different barbecues in the backyard, and says the word chaos twice.
It's chaotic. It's chaos.
This was really just an excuse to talk about the tell of using the word chaos from AI models. They love that word. If you see the word chaos, it's not a promise, but it could be if it shows up multiple times, which it does. Here's an unclickable link. What the hell, sure. This guy clicks on anything, right? Next category is Trump coins. I think this is my favorite category. I'm gonna be straight up front.
My wife called me a gullible Trump supporter when I told her I got this Trump survivor coin for free. But when that box arrived, she shut her mouth and made me a sandwich.
Excuse me? Sorry, I was blown out of my chair by a huge win for the "my wife is my kitchen property" crowd. Continue on, sir. What were you saying?
Right now, the America Resurgence Association is giving a free Trump survivor coin to every proud patriot tuning in.
Wow! And can my real coin have all of the words garbled on it like this one does?
And yes, the libs are completely losing their minds over it, as you can see from those hilarious emotional reaction videos blowing up online.
Yeah, is that right? Is that why your example footage is AI generated based off of an image from Trump's first election? You gotta be kidding me, man. I would be embarrassed for liberals if that were the case. So I looked it up, and you're gonna be shocked. I couldn't find anyone who cared that you spent money on getting a coin, if that ever has happened one time.
So why does this coin matter? On July 13th, 2024, the radical left came at President Trump with barbaric violence. Instead, it backfired, proving that God is real.
That's God's work? I owe several employees at my local Walmart an apology.
Normally $49.97, but right now, the America First Initiative is giving them away free. You just do this short 3-question quiz and cover shipping with your U.S. address.
We're doing a promotion here at McDonald's where you can get a free McDonald's. All you have to do is answer 3 questions. Oh, really? That's awesome. And then pay. Sorry, what? You just have to answer 3 questions? No, did you just say I have to pay? Sir, I didn't say anything like that. Okay, yeah. Question number 1. What's your favorite credit card number?
If you visit this website, it's not actually all that interesting. They have high quality metals, which I'm sure means gold. They've all the answer. Plug and play activity, which is more than I even bargained for. I was not expecting that from my Trump coin. And of course, the ability to spend a minimum of $9 and a maximum of 200 of them. Of course, this is far from the only one. If you want options, you have them. Here's a Bitcoin themed one, and they actually got Trump himself to go ahead and narrate this ad.
Hello, everyone.
And if this one interests you more, they're doing a 70% sale on it for Black Friday, despite the fact that this ad was uploaded on January 1st. I'm sure you'll really actually get something. And the fact that Trump looks photoshopped onto the coin is just a coincidence. And when it arrives, I'm sure it will be with high quality metal. This one certainly will. It's 99.9% silver. And they're selling 5 of them for $149. To be clear, 5 ounces of silver of this purity would sell for $300. Non-negotiable. That's the minimum you would pay. And they are selling a 5-pack of 5-ounce silver coins at almost 100% purity for half of that price. So you, the viewer, would be stupid not to be buying into this. Also, if this were real, it would have a minter name and a serial code, which weirdly is absent, but I'm sure that's just coincidence. They just haven't updated the site to include who their minter is. And I also checked the reviews on this website and was shocked to see that they actually do have a 1-star review until I clicked on it and found it read, "How can you sell a solid silver 5-ounce coin for less than the cost of 1 ounce of silver? It's amazing. Yeah, it is, Rob. It's unbelievable." Luckily, if it does turn out to be a scam, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, but also, all sales are final. Also, I love that this website is out of stock for 1 and 3 coins, but miraculously has the inventory for 5 or 10 coins. I consider this to be the least harmful one. If you are stupid enough to buy this, you deserve yourself. I'm sorry, Mom. Not my mom. My mom rules. Last off for today, we have scam recovery scams, and those videos sound like this.
Have you been scammed? Have you been scammed?
So you're a
Have you been scammed? Victim of Have you been scammed? Victim of a
Yo tengo una compañía.
Are you a gamer who wants to compose your own music? I'm running a free
This was not edited. If you thought I was kidding about how bad my algorithm is, perhaps this helps you understand. Unlike the previous entry's ads, I decided to actually go down the rabbit hole myself, effectively self-sacrificing 4 hours of my time for 4 hours of theirs. And I will now be sharing with you what 4 hours of engaging with a scam looks like. Cue jazz music. Do not read this part, Zachary. The text in brackets is not for you to read. Clicking the call to action button immediately brings me to a WhatsApp chat where it has already filled out, "Hi there," in all caps. Nice. They let me know that regardless of what scam I've fallen victim to, they are more than happy to make it worse. How much did you lose? $50,032. It was not nice. Do you have any proof? Yes. Please send this to court. And then I sent a screenshot of my Coinbase account because it was a wise man who plays the fool, but they don't do it. Not yet. Because this guy is actually not my lawyer. To speak to my lawyer, I have to click on this link to speak to him over Telegram, because that's where lawyers talk. Hi, I've been matched with Michael James Fucci, and this is in fact a real person, and he has had a long and extensive career working for the Department of Defense. Department of War. I need to stop dead naming the Department of War. It's just that this is not Michael James Fucci, which I'm fairly certain of given that a single Google search of his name brings me to his LinkedIn page, which proudly displays the fact that he is now retired. Good thing my only purpose in this is to waste this guy's time and not to recover money that I don't have, because otherwise it would be a waste of my time. It still is a waste of my time, but at least I'm self-aware about it. So that means I didn't lose 4 hours of my time. Fuck it. He sends me a link to the attorney license search to California to prove his legitimacy, even though that's just I could send you the same link. Well, whatever. And when I ask for his practice's name, he sends me this certificate, which proves that the state Bay of California affirms that he's satisfied the requirements to practice a seat recovery. So I should be safe here. But unfortunately, what this doesn't state is the practice's name, which you might recall 15 seconds ago is what I asked for, which is presumably something that this imposter simply does not understand. Okay, sir. Then after I accept your case, you can't go to other law firms anymore. Because if 2 lawyers investigate your case on the internet at the same time, it's easy to have data confusion. Can I ask, is that related to preserving evidence integrity or chain of custody? Yes. Which one? You are now our customer. Okay. And then he gets anxious that I stopped speaking to him, because if I stop speaking to him, it might be that I'm speaking to my daughter, who might be 20, who would then tell me, stop talking to that guy, he's trying to scam you out of all of your money. And he doesn't like that, so he comes back and he goes, "Sir, don't you have any time for me? Are you cheating on me? Be honest. You better not be telling anyone I have a tiny penis. You did not give a command or question. Unless you are asking me to upload to the FBI. I can do this. Don't send." This is going really well so far. This might seem counterintuitive, but at this stage, one of this guy's main goals is actually to waste as much time with me of his own as possible. And the reason for that is part sunk cost fallacy and part exhausting my mental stamina. It's the same concept that you would see in a long interrogation footage, or even those websites that have you like make a creative of some sort, like you fill out your resume and have all this stuff happen. And only after you spend all the time doing that, they then ask you to sign up for the site, or worse, put in your credit card information, because then you're like, okay, well, I spent all this time. The only rational choice is for me to go ahead and just fork over the cash so that I don't lose out on what I've done. So that's basically what he's going for. He asked for my story, and I'm not one to shy away from the truth, so I was happy to share with him. Okay, well, there's this guy in my town everyone calls Frisco Bob, and he's basically the town hooligan, and everyone thinks he's real nice, especially because his mom was the mayor back in '92. And he told me about cryptocurrency, and I bought it. But when I bought it, do you know what happened? All the funds were fake. Frisco Bob. Do not be sad and crying. It's my improvisational mastership that has allowed me to create modern tragedies unlike anything other. That's right. This is a work of fiction, and Frisco Bob can't hurt you. But the only chance I have at bringing him and making him a better person is having him understand the plights that I might be going through as this character. He asked for all the evidence I had, and since I had none, I just grabbed my mom's phone and changed her name to Frisco Bob in my phone, which it remains right now. And then I sent him screenshots of my Coinbase and Venmo crypto balance, all of which would be useless in court. And he keeps on asking me for more evidence, and I don't know what it is that he's trying to get, but he's clearly fishing for something, but I'm getting tired. It's been 3 hours to this point, so I am just gonna try wrapping it up, or at least that's what I did, by asking him some questions that I literally could have asked from the start. First off, don't you usually need a down payment? That's a fair question, especially because I'm trying to bait out the fact that I want him to tell me that he wants money. And more importantly, what about an engagement agreement? That's the important one. If you're unfamiliar with legal stuff, that's the first thing a lawyer will do when they decide that they're representing you. They get it in writing. That's something he should have done at the top of the hour if he was actually serious. But shockingly, he's not serious. Either trying to dodge my questions or simply not understanding them, he responds, blah, 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 blah. This didn't answer me. To which he responds, what I think was meant to be condescending, but he's not very good at it. Can you understand, or rather grasp every word I say? Which, sheer audacity of this man. He has not understood a single thing that has gone on for the past 3 hours straight, but okay, I respond yes. You are a lawyer and I am a lawyer? I think that he's trying to say which one of us practices law, you or me, but of course, the answer to that is neither of us. Do you want me to listen to you or do you want me to listen to me? I want you to answer my question. Are you a lawyer? No, I am not. Are you acting as an attorney without an engagement agreement? I'm clearly confusing him by bringing him off the script because his response to that is showing me his certificate again, which again does not help me and just gives me a second chance to look at the fact that this is clearly fake if I didn't notice it the first time. Not an engagement agreement. Your case doesn't require an engagement agreement. Every case requires an engagement agreement. That, again, first thing, literally number one. The reason we don't need an agreement is that we won't charge you any fees until we help you recover your funds. If you pay the legal fee now, I can have you sign the case agreement. Do you understand? No! It's like he's skipping around his script to try to get back on track. So I respond, perhaps I'm being slow. You just said there's no agreement and no fee until recovery. And now you're asking for a fee to sign an agreement. Is that correct? Because if so, let's do it. If you want to sign the agreement, you will need to pay half the lawyer fee first. Okay, despite the fact that his sentences are literally paradoxical, I did get him to admit that there is a lawyer fee and that I get to pay half of it. Okay, let's do that. All you need to do is send me evidence. No, send me the engagement agreement. Okay, then pay us half the lawyer fee. Okay, you need to pay us $2,500 first. Can you do that? Yeah, as long as you promise you can help me win my money back. Can you promise that to me, Mikey? We can definitely guarantee it. I swear to God that I can help you recover all of your losses. Fat fucking chance, buddy. You are the victim and I am the lawyer. I need to help you recover the funds lost in cryptocurrencies. It's like I'm playing court with a 5-year-old. He's either telling me or himself or possibly both of us what he's supposed to be doing. It's cute. One quick question though. I hope you don't have so many inexplicable questions. They're explicable. We face many victims every day and have no time to chat with you. You have too many questions. Oh yeah? Is that why you spent the last 4 hours answering every message I have the second I send it, Mikey? Time for questions. It says online that you're a retired lawyer as of over 3 years ago, and that your focus your entire career has been on the Department of Defense. Did you come out of retirement for me, Mikey? Or are you maybe not Michael and instead someone who's patiently spent the last almost 4 hours trying to scam someone vulnerable? I'm no longer capable of helping you. Oh, okay. Now he's not capable of helping me anymore. That's good to know. And then he does the funniest thing he possibly could. This is the boss of our law firm. You gotta be fucking kidding me. This is Michael's mom. He's in the hospital now, and he wants to know, did you like him? And this is his dying wish, and he wanted me to ask you that. I find that there is something wrong with your mind. You'd better go to another law firm for your problem. I believe they would be willing not to help you. There is no problem, fake Michael. except for what you're trying to do to whatever person you thought I was. You're disgusting. There's no $50,000, there's no Frisco Bob, and there's no currently practicing Michael James Fucci. Stop disgracing this retired man's name and stop using it to scam victims, fool. Don't send me messages. I have been helping you with all my heart and have explained it to you very clearly. I'm not a liar. I don't need to explain so much to you. Since you don't believe it, you can go to another law firm. Okay, cool. So this guy understood nothing. That was the end of our exchange. And while I'm happy that I wasted his time, it's clear that nothing will change. The sheer volume of identical ads makes it clear that this is working at scale. Many vulnerable people who just want to keep the money that they made through honest work are getting targeted and harmed even further. And that's why it's so important that you bring this up with the older people in your life that you love. Even the ones that you're like, okay, well, they wouldn't fall for this. Most people aren't happy to admit that they've been victim to a scam. So that'll make them even more desperate to take any fast action they can to make it all just go away. Your words can literally stop them from suffering in silence. Somehow, the least severe infractions are those that are only bad because they're AI slot. And that means that the only people that are getting scammed, in theory, are the actors, the lighters, the writers, the whatever else, the videographers that used to get paid to make exactly this. You don't have to have any doubt in your mind that I am horrified that entire fields of my work are capable of being wiped out by a $15 a month, barely visually passing subscription. But as much as I love feeling self-pity at the increasingly crippled job market at the hands of my simultaneously decreased expectations and standards of my peers here on Earth, as well as the increased quality at which garbage and AI slop is capable of being created, to the point where I wonder whether or not we're even going to be able to afford ourselves as a generation within the next 3 to 5 years, I'm miraculously made to somehow feel empathy for the exact boomers who don't even notice or care that it's happening. Are they stupid? Does the blindness that we obtain with age apply in every sense of the word? It doesn't matter. It's happening. As unafflicted as they seem to be about my economic strifes, I still somehow care about theirs. The same AI garbage that is putting people like me out of work is somehow simultaneously also being used to give the most talentless, low-life hacks the ability to advertise a scam. They make something with the express intent of separating fools from their time and their money. There is the most wonderful woman named Kathy in her 50s right now, working in a Walmart somewhere in this country. And her optimism has led her to be fooled and have her money taken in some version of a crypto scam. And her desperation, as well as generative AI and the Instagram ad manager, has made it so that she's lost even more. And that breaks my heart. So what can you do? Well, as I mentioned earlier, tell the people you love about it. But second off, click on the ads. If you see something that you think shouldn't be there, click on it. Don't report it. Don't tell Instagram about it. That doesn't do anything. They'll just get banned on that account and then make another. What we're trying to do with our micro activism is make it financially unviable. And that way, we can fight both generative AI and scammers. It adds up more than you might think. Thank you so much for watching. Currently, I cannot even monetize my channel, so if you're looking for more ad-free content, consider subscribing. If you are looking for more AI content, what I would recommend is you don't comment and you don't like and you don't subscribe, because that would tell the YouTube algorithm that you like human content that's made with a soul. But if you are looking for it, you should like, comment, and subscribe. Those are the main 3 things. Also, for all of my proud patriots who have watched this far in the video, I am going to be giving away this shirt with a giraffe with a big fat ass for free. And all you have to do is answer 3 questions and pay for shipping and handling. Finally, if you're Drew Gooden, do you want to have a play date? My mom says that it's chill if your mom is also chill with it. And I recently have got some new Bakugans. All right, Peace.